All right, we live.
Khan. All right, Shalom Akim. Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachach Kodash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect. We're the brothers of Great Millstone. With me, I have the bishop.
Atazwan, Shalom.
And I myself am the priest lawyer from Great Millstone, Miami. And hey, as you see on the screen, the title Exploring Prophecy with Precepts and Headlines. Okay. The bishop and I, we were speaking in the spirit, man, about, putting up as our tradition, putting up another show, and going into these prophecies. But from another standpoint, man, looking at these headlines, looking at these different global events, and lining them up with the precepts to show that it's all in alignment with biblical prophecy, man. Like the scriptures say, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Okay, not one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. Okay, so I guess we could we could actually open up with that if you don't mind. I believe Isaiah 30th chapter.
Yep. Trying to send a notification.
Okay.
All right, Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of you shall fail, none shall want her mate. In my mouth it have commanded, in my spirit it have gathered you.
That's right, man. All right, so the Lord commanded us in the Holy Bible, all right, to seek out of the book of the Lord and read, man. Okay, not one of these shall fail, man. So if you want to understand what is going to go on in these last days, what's going on in the earth, if you want to understand global events, you have to search the scriptures, man. Okay. All right, the Quran ain't got the prophecies, man. All right, these other philosophies, whether you want to talk about Buddhism, Confucianism, Taoism, Shintoism, Hinduism, all right, the Egyptian book of the dead, the Enuma Elish, all right, they don't have the breakdowns of the Bible. They don't have the true understanding of biblical prophecy. And even, these other people who claim they believe in the Bible, such as Christians and Catholics, Jehovah's Witnesses, and stuff like that, they don't have the proper understanding of the scriptures to even break it down. Okay. All right. The Lord gave the testimony of prophecy in these last days to a specific group of men. All right. Which is why the scriptures tell you, all right, that we have the word that you take heed as unto a light that shineth in a dark place until the day dawn and the day star rise in your heart. All right. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation, man. All right. Why? Because we have a more sure word of prophecy, man. All right. The Lord poured out his spirit in the ancient times and in these times as well. Okay. All right. To foretell future events, man. And that's how we know that the Bible is true, because only the power of the universe could actually instill that ability into men. All right. To be able to accurately detail what would happen in the future thousands of years before it happened, man. Okay.
I got another quick pre. This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15, starting at the top. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord." Okay. Hey, you can hear echo?
I don't hear an echo. I hear kind of like a scratching sound, but I think that's my speaker on my end.
Oh, okay. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna read that again from the top, bro. 2 Ezra 15 at the top. "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord." So, like what the priest lawyer was saying, these words that we're speaking, they're divine words. These words are not man's words. Okay, before the foundation of the earth was created, the spirit of prophecy had always been. Okay, but the Lord gave the inspiration to holy men. The Holy Spirit moved between them, and they were able to put these words in writing. Okay, so now what we're seeing happening is the manifestation. The brother said it's echoing when I speak, so you may have to mute your mic while I speak, bro.
Okay.
Yep. There you go, lawyer. So yeah, man. Going back to what I was saying, these words were already divinely inspired prior to the foundation of the earth. Okay, the Lord already knew that we'd be here in Babylon the Great. We'd be going through this captivity, but the Lord had to give that inspiration to certain men to write them in paper. Okay, so that in the latter times we could read these things and well understand the times that we're in. And the water for that too, brothers. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to kind of take a different approach to this lesson. you know, the priest lawyer, he has a you know, a list of headlines and different current events, and we're going to read the headlines, and then we're going to use the scriptures to support that these headlines indeed make up prophecy. Okay, so this is going to be a different style. You might hear us jump from topic to topic. Okay, but prophecy deals with a wide range of information. And shalom to all of you brothers and sisters on the comment board, man. Shalom, Yahweh Shemal Shabrakathum, brother Ganan. Okay, so prophecy is not you know necessarily directed towards one subject matter. Okay, we could deal with the prophecy of Israel waking up. We could deal with the prophecy of Esau falling. We could deal with the prophecies of famine. We could deal with the prophecies of division of man, earthquakes, pestilence, floodings, locusts. I mean, the earth is the earth is spinning faster. All these headlines that's in the news right now can be tied into biblical writings. Okay, so that's why the scripture said, "Speak the words, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." Okay, so why did the Lord have these prophecies written in paper? Like it tells us in the book of Romans, the 5th chapter, I believe, or either 15:4, it says the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. Okay, so now we're living in the latter time, and it's easier to source these prophecies now because the Lord is quickening the days and the Lord is speeding up the times. So sometimes you got to just be able to go right into the scriptures and dig and get right to the prophecy. We don't have time to be going all the way through the scrolls. Okay, you'd have to go all the way through the scrolls to try to find one segment in the book. So the Lord had it set up through the authorization of King James to kind of properly, orderly place the scriptures. All right, with the chapter, with the name, the book name, you have chapters, you have verses, so on and so forth. So you can easily source these writings and understand for yourself that these are the prophecies of the Bible. Okay, so that's all I wanted to speak on right there, lawyer. Okay, unmute your mic.
Con. So let's begin here with UStoday.com. All right, this is a headline about the mpox. Okay, the jungle bumps. It says after repeating early COVID-19 mistakes, U.S. now has the world's biggest mpox outbreak. Okay, all right, or monkeypox. All right, and so right there, the fact that this is coming out. First of all, it says it has the world's biggest monkeypox outbreak. Okay, all right, which means that this outbreak is taking place globally. All right, but the United States has it the worst. Now, again, the fact that this is being said links up with what Matthew 24, Luke 21, all right, about there being pestilences in diverse places. Okay. All right.
Spirit, I got that.
You got that? Okay, con.
So whenever you want me to bring it out, just let me know.
No, you got it, bro.
Oh, okay. Real quick, Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Unmute your mic, out.
Con. So there you go, man. All right, pestilences, man. Okay. All right. Look, man, the scriptures are not a fairy tale, man. All right, this is not a game, man. All right, the Lord said these things would happen, and that's why we're seeing them happen, man. And guess what? This monkeypox thing that's going around, it's not the only disease that's going around, man. All right, you got salmonella in the food. Of course, you got the C19. Okay, you got Legionnaire's disease. Okay, you got I believe there's a polio outbreak happening somewhere as well. And then you also have brain-eating amoeba and bacteria in the water, man.
Yep.
Okay, people going to the beach and end up with all these infections in their brain, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, flesh-eating bacteria, man. So yes, the scripture said there are going to be pestilences in diverse places, and that's what we're seeing, man. All right, Second Ezra, the 15th chapter said, "What I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled, man." All right, so the Lord is not playing, man. The Lord is the one bringing these diseases, man. All right, Deuteronomy 28, it talks about how the Lord would bring these diseases and these plagues, all such that are not written in this book, man. Okay, so you're gonna see more and more of these diseases and plagues, man. All right, happening in the earth, man.
Yeah.
All right, a lot of people getting ready to die from them. Okay.
Yeah. Quick one, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Psalms 91:5. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
That's right. That's right, man. So there's going to be pestilences out there. But guess what? The Lord did promise that he was going to shield his men from these different diseases and pestilences. Okay. All right. And we all do know, of course, according to the scriptures, that there is going to be miracles of healing. So really, essentially, these plagues have to come for us to see, the miracles and the standard that the Lord told us that he was going to bring and lift. All right. These plagues got to come. Famine got to come. Pestilences, diseases got to come. The economy has to collapse. Martial law. All those things have to happen in order for the Lord to. No, I wouldn't say in order, but that's how the Lord likes to work, man. He likes to balance good and evil. Okay, so the bad has to come. All right, and then the Lord in the bad is going to bring the good, going to bring the miracles, going to bring the healing, going to bring the salvation. Okay, all right. And let's see. I do have another headline. All right, the headline reads, "It's happening." This is from the mostimportantnews.com. All right, it says it's happening. Here is a list of 11 big companies that have announced the layoffs within the last 2 weeks. All right, and in this article, it lists different major companies such as Ultratech Inc. It says electric truck maker Rivian, 7-Eleven, Spotify, Vimeo, Redfin, Compass, RE/Max, Robinhood, Ford, and Geico. All right, and I also saw another article that talked about Walmart as well. Okay, they're doing mass layoffs. Okay, all right, people are being fired and let go from their jobs. Why? Because the scriptures tell us that there shall be no work for Egypt, which you can get that in Isaiah 19 and 15.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You want me to get it?
Yeah. I mean, I have it on the screen.
Oh, you can read it. You can read it because I got another one queued up.
Okay. This is Isaiah 19 and 15. It says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do.
Oh, let me say this. Now, when we go deeper into that, we understand that Egypt is not talking about ancient Egypt. Okay, because he's reading in the book of what? Isaiah, which was written during what? The time of Babylon. So the original Egypt, that kingdom had already risen and fallen. Okay, so the work that there wasn't going to be for Egypt is talking about modern day Egypt, which is America. Okay, now a couple of clues that we use to link America to Egypt is, number one, you have a city in America called Memphis, which was also an ancient city in ancient Egypt. And when soon as you go into Memphis, okay, for brothers and sisters, if you ever been to Memphis and you cross over the Mississippi River, if you look to the left, you're gonna see a big, huge pyramid. It's the Bass Pro Shops. Okay, so that's one clue that we use to link America to Egypt. Another one, if you look at the back of the dollar bill, you'll see the Egyptian pyramid on the back of the dollar bill with the all seeing eye at the top. Okay, and then if you continue to go and to link America to Egypt, all right, Egypt, the difference in the Egyptian captivity from the rest of the other captivities was that in Egypt, all of the children of Israel was in Egypt. Okay, all 12 tribes of Israel served slavery in Egypt. All right, and the only other country where all 12 tribes served captivity like Egypt was America. Okay, America. So you see the parallels on how America and Egypt are synonymous. So when the scriptures say that there's not going to be any work for Egypt, that's going into America. And the reason why it's not going to be any work, because number one, they're getting ready to digitalize everything. And if you don't meet the criteria to this digital transition, you ain't gonna be able to go to work. Second of all, a lot of these companies ain't gonna want you to work because they have robots to do it. Okay, you go into certain of your local grocery stores, you have self-checkout. You don't need cashiers like that. You got self-checkout. Even at fast food restaurants, you go to the kiosk. You could go to a kiosk and order your food, And then they just make it. Don't nobody got to stand at the front and take your order no more. So everything is shifting. So therefore, the demand for human labor is going to be minimalized. Okay. Then not to mention civil wars, not to mention these famines and pestilence. It's so many different equations that's going to show why you're not going to be able to work. If you have a job in America, you're going to be like damn near fortunate. Okay. You got it, bro. Unmuted up.
I'm still getting used to it. Salaki, this is
you know, I got you. I got you.
Caught the water, brother. Two are better than one. Can you get Ecclesiastes chapter 12, bro?
That's exactly what I had, bro. That's
okay.
All right. What do you want me to start with?
Let's see. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 3.
Come. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the door shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
That's right, man. Okay, so the sound of the grinding shall cease. The sound of the grinding is low. All right, the grinders shall cease because they are few. All right, so what, like people say, we on our grind, or I'm on my grind. I'm grinding. That deals with business, deals with work and with labor. All right, so there's not going to be any work out here, man. All right, these companies, business is about to shut down. All right, and there's already talks of a recession. All right, the United States of America going into a recession. All right, in different parts of the globe as well, going into recession. So that means that these companies have to let go of workers, because that's just another expense that they can't keep up with. Okay. All right. So again, this is all according to biblical prophecy. All right. Esau wants people in that condition. Esau wants people home. All right. Not able to go to work. Okay. Not able to get food, not able to get water. Why? So that he can force his agenda on you of the MOTB.
That's right.
Right. That's why when you read 2nd Ezra 16th chapter, it tells you what, being idle, he shall feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols, man. Which I want to say, in the ledger, in some certain Bibles, it tells you unable to resist. Okay, but the word idle, when you go to the word idle, it literally means to be without work. Okay. All right, so there shall be no work for Egypt. So basically, Esau wants you completely relying on him. He doesn't want any form of self-sufficiency. You can do it by yourself. None of that. Okay, so that he can force this upon you, and you take it, and you have to go to him for everything.
Yep, the hour of temptation.
Yep.
And who else is better with temptation than the so-called white man? You know, he's the father of temptation. Okay, he's always been a tempter. The scripture say, let not the Lord say that let not man say that I'm tempted of the Lord. So Yahweh Shai ain't the one that's going around tempting. It's Esau. So that hour of temptation that's going to come is going to be coming from that pressure from above, dealing with the elite, the Illuminati. Okay, so when they shut the door, they're going to be the ones to shut the doors down. Okay, it's all by design. Okay, it's all by design.
God.
I got another precept to add to this. The door shutting, and then if you want to move on.
Okay.
All right, Zephaniah 1:10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Okay, so the scripture speak about the noise of a cry, all right, and a howling of from the second. When you look into that word howling, it goes into a cry of distress. Okay, these ports are going to be shut down. Shipments not going to be coming in from China. Okay, we already about to start seeing a backlog of food. Okay, well, you know, from what happened this summer with all those animals dropping. Okay, a lot of fish is beaching themselves. So the waters is toxic over in the Bahamas. Okay, it's a lot of things that's getting ready to affect the food supply chain, man. We're going to start to see these things begin to roll out going into the late falls, early winters, and continue to carry on. It's going to get so bad to where certain stores, you're going to have to go to certain stores to get food, and those stores are going to be chip savvy. This is all by design, man. All right, what they doing is called they corralling the people. When you're trying to move a herd of people, you eventually you got to bring them to one entrance. Okay, so you got to shut all the other doors. That's why these mom and pop businesses getting ready to go down, man. All these independent contractors and independent businesses, even when you deal with logistics, dealing with packages, right? Okay. Now, if you want to work, let's say for FedEx, at first, because I used to work there, at first you could be an independent contractor. You could have one truck and you could just get loads from FedEx and deliver, and you would be good. But then they rolled out some requirements to where if you was going to contract with FedEx, you had to have at least 7 trucks. If you don't have at least 7 trucks, you couldn't contract with them. You had to go somewhere else. So what's happening is they're shutting these doors and these avenues for people to create their own money. So now you're going to have to go through big business. The Amazon grocery store. Okay. Now a lot of these different low-level grocery stores where Jake shop at, them doors gonna get shut, and you're gonna have to go either to Walmart or Amazon, man. Okay. So the door is gonna be shut. And then when you go on Walmart and Amazon, niggas ain't gonna be working up in there. They're gonna have robots, cashier, cashless. They might have a manager walking around that motherfucker. That's it. And a whole bunch of security robots with guns and DARPA dogs. If you try to steal, they gonna light your ass up. That was all I wanted to say, bro.
Con. So the next headline from the Independent .co.uk. All right, it says from the section Space, Earth to be hit by solar storm after hole opens in the sun. Storm could cause power grid problems and disrupt satellites, experts warn. And this was from 1 day ago, so they posted this like yesterday. All right, and hey, that's already Revelation the 16th chapter. Okay, how the Lord said that He was going to have an angel pour out the vial upon the sun. If you don't mind, I have it on the screen right here.
Yep, you got it.
Revelation 16:8. It says, "And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire." Okay. All right. So the Lord has angels, man. Like the scriptures tell you, spirits created for vengeance, man, and they work on the natural forces. All right, the natural elements of this realm, of this universe, including the sun. All right, they work on the heavenly bodies. Okay. All right. It says, verse 9. It says, "And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of Yahweh, which hath power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory." Okay. All right. So hey, that's where all of these heat waves and abnormal overactive solar activity, that's where it's coming from. It's a plague from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. That's why the earth is going through intense heat, man. You got droughts in the Middle East, droughts in Africa, heat waves in Europe, wildfires in Europe, heat waves in the United States and America. Okay, in the Western Hemisphere, all these droughts and heat waves. That's why, because the Lord is turning up the heat, man, and it's all spiritual. Because the Apostle Tahar coined this year the year of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, turning up, man. Right, all right, and the Lord is literally turning up the heat, man. It's hot. Okay, all right. Yep.
Yeah, I went up to a restaurant earlier. Oh, I'm sorry, not to cut you off, bro.
No, I was just saying, even in New York, man, they dealing with record breaking heat. They talking about it's uncomfortable. They don't want to go outside.
It's too much. I pulled up to a restaurant earlier to pick up a delivery, and it was this old white Edomite lady out there slouched over, smoking because she probably was smoking a Marlboro or something, and it just looked like her uniform was melting off of her. As soon as I got out of the car, she was just like, "This heat is just something else." I said, "It sure is." Looked like she was just getting ready to melt like the wicked witch from the east. The Lord scorching people up. The Lord lighting people up with this heat, man. Oh, a whole bunch of people dying from heat strokes over in UK. Okay. It's been the hottest in the United Kingdom. They've had the hottest summer ever on record, ever in history. Okay. This is all biblical prophecy that's taking place on a global scale. So Vocab Malone and all these other naysayers could get on the computer, Apostle Geno Jennings, okay, all these other guys, speaking all this and that. But one thing that you could never do is you could never exclude yourself from being a part of these prophecies. Okay, you have some more on that, priest? If not, I got a scripture for you.
No, I ain't got nothing on that. You can go ahead.
Okay, Con, this is Ecclesiasticus 43, and I'm gonna start at the top. Now, I'm just starting at verse 3. It says, verse 2, the sun, when it appeareth, declaring at its rising a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High. At noon it parcheth the country, and who can abide the burning heat thereof? A man blowing a furnace is like it. A man blowing a furnace is in works of heat, but the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more, breathing out fiery vapors and sending forth bright beams. It dimmeth the eyes. Okay, so that sun can beat you up. If you ever did outside manual labor, yard work, or you ever worked in a warehouse during the scorching, man, you walk out there feeling faint, man. Okay, because the heat from the sun, man, it's a literally a ball of power. Okay, that projects a high level of heat. So imagine the Lord intensifying that fire and scorching men on the earth. Imagine dying from a heat stroke, man. Imagine these babies that get left in the car in the middle of the summer. Imagine how hot it is in there. Okay, they might see right before they go back to the spirit world, they might start seeing all kind of apparitions. Okay, around them, because why? Because you start hallucinating hot in that heat. You know, if you ever seen certain movies where people was lost in the desert, they'll start hallucinating but which those are the spirits. Those are the spirits that people be seeing around them. Their mind will actually start to go into a hallucination, and they open up portals for them spirits. That's how hot the Lord is making it out here. Okay? So you can't do nothing about this heat. Yeah. GMS is this and that. Yeah, but do something about the heat. You got it, bro.
Yeah, man. You know these guys talking all this mess, man. What about these prophecies, man? Let's deal with these prophecies, man. Okay, want to debunk the Israelites? Let's deal with these prophecies, man. At the end of the day, you're gonna have to face whether or not you're gonna take the RFID chip, man. All right, you're gonna have to face famine. Okay, all of you people that have been scoffing against what the prophets, the brothers, from the apostles and elders on down through the Spirit I've been bringing out. At the end of the day, you're gonna have to face what it is that's coming out of these scriptures, man.
That's right.
Because it was never about us. It's about the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man.
Right.
Okay, so what are you gonna do when the famine comes? What are you gonna do when the MOTB comes, martial law comes? What are you gonna do? Okay, all right, but hey, that's a question for them to answer for themselves and not for us, man.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, I do have another.
What manner of person ought ye to be? Seeing that these things shall all be dissolved, melted, the elements shall be melted with fervent heat. So that's the question, like the brother saying, that's a question you got to ask yourself, just as we have to ask ourselves that. How should we be carrying ourselves? What more does the Lord want from me? What more can I do? I should be better. I could be more humble. I could be more faithful. I could be more charitable. I could be more on point. Because why? Because the Lord is demanding, the perfect in faith. So we got to continue to increase. But a lot of these people just want to get on here and talk. Okay? But no, you can't do nothing against these prophecies. You got to be able to withstand the day. All right? It ain't no way everybody's catching hell and going through it, but you sitting around thawing out chicken waiting for fucking America's Got Talent to come on. Here it is, everybody catching hell, niggas getting thrown in the concentration camp by the crack of their draw. Okay, getting hauled off, but you just in a bubble, escaping prophecy. All right, living. That's not how it's about to work. Everybody is getting ready to be placed in subjection to these words, man. Okay, but you got a priest.
Yes, sir. I have another headline, and I have a precept for it as well. This is from CNN.com. From the weather section, it says half the country is in a drought, and no region has been spared. All right, and this came out August 4th today, Thursday. Okay, and it was actually updated today as well at 3:10 p.m. All right, it says CNN more than 50% of the country was in some level of drought for the fourth week in a row. The U.S. Drought Monitor reported Thursday as the combination of extreme heat and low rainfall is drawing the moisture out of plants and soil. So that's famine already, man. Not only just heat waves, because the heat waves are going to bring famine too. All right, it's killing the plants. It's dehydrating the soil, man. It's killing the crops, man.
Yep.
Okay, and no region of the country has been spared. The West and California remains engulfed in a multi-year drought, mega drought. Even in the Northeast, a severe flash drought, one that comes on rapidly, has intensified and expanded from Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts into New Hampshire and Maine. Yet, even as drought is increasingly worrying in the Northeast, Midwest, and South, waves of extreme rainfall are menacing parts of Missouri and Kentucky, man. So that goes to show you the power of the Lord, because in the midst of a nationwide drought, the Lord is bringing floods, okay, in Kentucky and in St. Louis, man. Okay, all right, like the scriptures say, the Lord will shew new signs and other strange wonders. All right, so the Lord again is not playing. All right, I did want to bring out Jeremiah 50 and 38. It says, "A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols." Okay, so the Lord said that He would bring a drought upon Babylon the Great and upon her pools of waters, man. Okay, that's why we see these things happening, man. Again, headlines and precepts. When you look at global events, you see that it's in alignment with biblical prophecy, man.
Hey,
Okay.
you see the Colorado River.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado River is dry to freak up, man.
Yeah.
Okay. The river and lake levels in America right now are low. They're under the average height. But that's why, because the Lord is sending that dearth. Okay. That dearth is coming through this land. And it's only gonna get worse. But guess who drying out the water supply? Esau. But it's all the Lord using him to do it. Okay. You got some more, bro?
I don't have another precept. You got a precept?
I got one real quick.
Go ahead.
Psalms 107 and 33. He turneth rivers into wilderness and the water springs into dry ground. Yeah, so the Lord does these things. The Lord is in control. You got to remember, man, there's two sides of the spectrum that's being controlled, the right and the left. The righteousness that goes on in the earth is being distributed to the right hand of the Most High, which is Yahushua and His holy angels. And then the brothers move down. Then you have the left hand side, and the left hand workings of the Most High is being orchestrated through Satan, Satan's angels, and Edomites. Okay, and everything is getting ready to come to a full head. The right hand is about to go against the left. Okay, so just because it's not a divine drought for a natural drought, should I say, because it's been raining like a motherfucker, but Esau is cutting off the water supply, but that's still the Lord bringing that drought. Okay, the Lord is still bringing that drought. He's the Hoover Dam situation. Even if it was staged or set up by Esau so they could cut the dam off and cut the water supply, it's still of Yahweh Bashimah Shai. It's still a prophecy. Okay? You got it, bro.
Khan, that's right. Now the next point I want to bring out is not even a headline, because on YouTube there's certain channels that deal with natural disasters, so-called natural disasters that take place, such as blizzards, storms, thunderstorms, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods. Okay, and they'll do it in kind of compilation form. Okay, but when you actually try to find like a comprehensive list of it, it's kind of hard to find on the internet. So one day I had to just go on Google, and I literally typed on google.com flooding 2022 list. Okay, and literally, I mean, brothers can look it up. From the left of the screen all the way until the right of the screen, there's this huge list of floods that have taken place, okay, all over the globe. All right, it says the first one, it's New South Wales floods, okay, Eastern Malaysia floods, state of Sao Paulo floods, state of Minas Gerais floods, southern Montana floods, southern Brazil floods, Westport floods, Saitama prefecture floods, You also have Eastern Cape floods, Southern China floods, Central Appalachia floods, Sri
Come on,
Lanka floods.
come on, bro.
Man, I mean, it's just the list just goes on and on. Okay, northeastern Brazil floods, eastern New South Wales floods, Viti Luvu floods. I mean, I can hardly pronounce some of these things, man. Western Kazakhstan floods, Kazakhstan floods. Okay, northern Honduras floods, northeast India floods, San Salvador floods. I mean, just the list. Fiji floods, Colombia floods, southeastern Queensland floods, Sangata floods. I mean, again, the list goes on and on. Thailand floods. Okay, and again, of course, biblical prophecy speaking loud and clear.
Yep.
Luke 21 and 25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, man. Okay, going into those floods, man. The Lord prophesied these disasters would happen, man. Okay, that he would plague the earth in this way, man. All right, it says men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming upon the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. All right, so people are afraid, which you can actually look this up too, man. Like Elder Yashawama goes into languishing, okay, but also the American Psychological Association, they actually have done surveys on the mental health of people, particularly here in America, and they pretty much brought out how people are more stressed and depressed than they've ever been. Okay, all right, because it seems to be one disaster, one calamity after the other. All right, so again, all of that is in alignment with biblical prophecy. But Bishop, did you have anything?
No, I didn't have anything. I didn't have.
Okay. All right, so the next headline from Newsweek.com. Okay. I did want to go back to Isaiah chapter 19. All right. It says from Newsweek.com, it says United States stimulus check updates, 8 states to send out payments this month. All right. Now, of course, this is in response to the cost of living going up. All right. It says 8 states are preparing to roll out direct payments to residents amid rampant inflation that has strained household budgets across the nation and left Americans struggling with food, gas, and housing prices. All right. So, you know, these different states have in their plans to push out payment programs. All right. Stimulus checks and payments directly funded to their accounts, these people's accounts, all right, to help them deal with all the financial turmoil that's going on. And I didn't want to bring out Isaiah chapter 19, verse 14. Would you like to read it, brother?
Yeah, 19 and 14. Yep, Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Right. Okay, so again, this whole thing with the whole stimulus check thing, the trend that began back in 2020, all right, it's coming back, and Esau is using a new excuse with the cost of living. But guess what? The reason why inflation has become a problem was because what they did back in 2020. They put all of this money out into the system, okay, and it caused the value, the spending power of the dollar to go down. All right, so the fact that they're doing this again is a fulfillment of biblical prophecy, because it says they have caused Egypt to earn every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit, man. Okay, the Lord is basically stripping Esau of wisdom. All right, he's making him out to be a fool. Everything that they're trying is backfiring on them, man. But at the same time, it is systematic, because Esau wants to get rid of this current system of payment to bring in the MOTB.
Right.
Okay.
And they just want to make people more dependent on this image, the image of the beast, which is the system. Okay. Now that was the same thing that happened in ancient Babylon when Nebuchadnezzar was the king. Remember, he created the golden image. Okay, when you read Daniel the 3rd chapter, he created a golden image, and he had it to where everybody was to bow to that image. But then you have the story of the 3 holy children, so on and so forth. It's the same thing that's happening now. Okay, Esau is giving you, room to maneuver. He's going to take these things away from you, and he's going to make you bow to his image, which is going to be in the form of the system. So when that first pandemic hit, okay, everybody was going EDD crazy. Everybody was getting what was that? What they called them? EIDLs and SBA loans, and everybody was fully dependent on Esau to get them through the storm. Okay, but us brothers, man, hey, bro, we was just riding the wave through the spirit. The Lord was getting us through that, man. Because I didn't do none of that PPP crap. Okay, forging all that information and trying to get back them big old racks. Okay, I ain't deal with none of that. Now Esau sent me a couple of stimulus checks, but them motherfuckers went right to bills anyway. But for the most part, Yahweh Bashima Shai was guiding us through that whole pandemic. He was giving us all the provisions we needed. He was giving us all the necessary cheap things of life. Everything that we needed was being taken care of. Everybody else was being dependent on Esau. So the same thing is coming. If another joint come, then they're gonna have it set up to where you're gonna be able to get certain stimulus payments, but it's gonna come at a risk this time because they knew what you niggas was doing last time. Okay, they seen you niggas was scamming, you niggas was lying about unemployment. Here it is, you niggas was soaking up, and you Edomites was doing it too. You trying to get all of you niggas don't even work. Okay. Niggas wasn't even working, but was the first one filing for unemployment. So the people that really needed the unemployment, they ran out. The people that was actually the workers and the essential workers of America, that when they finally needed to get some type of government assistance, the government didn't have, they was out. When it was really time for certain of these independent small companies to get them SBA loans and the PPP loans, they couldn't give it to you because some dope boys, scammers, was buying fucking Hellcats and Chargers, okay, and tricking off at the club. Niggas wasn't investing in no business. So what Esau is gonna do, they're gonna provide these provisions again, but it's gonna be more regulations and stipulations. This is how you create what's called the Hegelian dialectic, okay, which goes into problem, reaction, solution. Okay, you create the problem, okay, people react to the problem, then you present a solution. So they came the first time with the PPP loans, right? Now, if they do it again, this time is going to be more regulations and restrictions because of what you did last time. So only certain people are going to qualify for these benefits. Okay? So we're getting ready to go into a full shift. Okay? A full shift is upon us, man. Okay? And you got it, Priest.
All right. Now, I have from the United States Geological Survey, okay, earthquake.usgs.gov. All right. And there's actually a list of significant earthquakes of 2022. Okay. All right. There was a 6.1 earthquake in Tacopilla, Chile, 6.2 in Calama, Chile. You also had a 7.0 in Dolores, Philippines, 5.4 in Bandar A Lenge, Iran, 6.4 in Isen, Chile, 6.6 in Eastern Island region, another 6.8 in Eastern Island region, 4.7 in Chonek, Alaska, a few more in Iran, another one in South Carolina, actually three in South Carolina, a 6.0 in Afghanistan, a 3.9 in Georgia, still more Georgia.
Yeah.
A 5.6 in China, Changping, China, and another 5.9 in Changping, China. That was kind of hard to pronounce, but I did want to bring out Isaiah 29:6 because we've actually entered into the heart of the Atlantic hurricane season, and this is based off of a headline I found from Ars Technica.com. All right, it says about 90% of the Atlantic's tropical activity comes after August 1st. So right now we're supposed to be in the heart of the Atlantic hurricane season. According to the National Weather Centers over here in the United States, this Atlantic hurricane season is supposed to be 65% more above normal activity as far as hurricanes are concerned.
I pray how Shah shot intensify this hurricane season.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
let
the judgments reign.
Mm-hmm. That's right. But I have Isaiah 29:6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, okay, and earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and flame of devouring fire." And I mean, that is definitely 2022. Wildfires everywhere, okay, storms, all right, floods everywhere, thunderstorms everywhere. Okay, I know over here in Florida, like it's like every other day there's a thunderstorm. Okay, earthquake.
Yep.
Okay, that's what we're seeing in the earth right now, man, because the Lord is visiting the earth, and that's definitely Second Ezra chapter 9, if you want to bring that out.
Yep.
Ezra 9, Babu Kasha.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is the book of Second Ezra chapter 9, starting at the top. He answered me then and said, "Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then wilt thou understand it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before, the even from the beginning."
That's right. So we're in the time wherein the Lord is visiting the earth which he made, the world which he made. Okay, which it speaks about earthquakes and uproars of the people, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing different earthquakes all over the place, all over the world. Okay, I believe I want to say it was if not earlier this week, if not late last week, there might have been a volcanic eruption out of Japan. Okay, let's see if I can find that. But that also deals with Bible prophecy, because the Lord said that there shall be signs in the earth, blood, fire, and pillars of smoke.
Yep.
Okay. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood. All right. So yeah, Khan, there was a volcanic eruption, and Sakurahima volcano erupts in Japan. That was a week ago. Okay. All right. So that's Joel chapter, I believe that's chapter 2 being fulfilled. All right.
Yep.
There shall be signs in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillar of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord come.
That was talking about these times.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why these things are taking place in the earth, all in alignment with what the Bible speaks about, man. Okay. And I also have from Fox News. All right, this is another headline. This headline is actually 3 weeks old, but it's still relevant. It says economic protests rage worldwide as challenges from inflation, Ukraine war, and C virus mount. Okay, and that was 3 weeks ago, July 22nd, 2022, man. 2 to 3 weeks ago, man. And again, that deals with the uproars of the people in the world. And you might as well just bring out 2 Ezra 15, where it says there shall be sedition. Well, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. Okay, because the Lord spoke these things into existence, and the same way we see it is how it is now, with different riots happening all over the globe. All right, that's how it was back in the ancient times when the Lord would take down certain empires. There was civil unrest back then. All right, when the Lord was taking down the Assyrian Empire, there was different civil disputes and malcontent that were coming from the people of the region of Babylon. And eventually that led to Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar, I believe the second. He was the one who took down the Assyrian Empire. Okay, and then when the translation from Babylon to Medo-Persia came, it was the same thing. And when it was the time for the Medo-Persians to go down and the Greeks to rise up, it was the same thing. Eventually, the Greek city-states, they got tired of Persia's rule over them and the taxes and everything, and they revolted. And that tension led all the way down the line unto Alexander the Great and his 4 generals taking down the Persian Empire. So this history repeats itself, man. This is a sign that the Lord is about to translate one kingdom from one people to another. Okay. All right. But Salaki, brother, you can go ahead and get the precept. I know that was a little much.
Oh, no. Hey, brother, it's a spirit. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15 and 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
That's right. That's right. So people are tired of the powers that be, and it's again, it's the Lord putting a spirit out there, man. All right, the Lord, the scriptures talk about how the Egyptian shall be against the Egyptian, and how there shall be wars and commotions, man. Okay, wars, rumors of wars, and commotions, which we're seeing all of these things take place in the earth at the same time, at the same damn time, man.
Right.
Okay, we're man. When the scriptures tell us that we're blessed, all right, to see the things that we see and to hear the things that we hear. I mean, you about to get that, brother?
Yeah, I was about to get it. Yeah.
Okay, Kyle. When the scriptures say that, it's not a lie, because we actually seeing all these things take place at the same time, man, and it's definitely a faith booster and then some. Okay, all right, to see these things happen and to be able to go into the scriptures and speak them, man. All right, and it's like it's like word to word for word. These things are taking place in the earth, man. Okay.
Yep. I got it real quick. Matthew 13:16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. And that's the eye salve. You know, like the scriptures tell us that in Revelation the 13th, the 3rd chapter, about the 18th verse, it speaks about the eye salve. Anoint your eyes with the eye salve, because we're able to actually see the things that are written of in the scriptures manifested in everyday life. And it's exciting. You know, it's very exciting to see these things happening, bro. When you're having a bad day and you see prophecies taking place, it boosts you up. Because remember, the testimony of our Lord is what? The spirit of prophecy. So if you have that spirit of prophecy within you, when you see prophecy happening, you get excited. That spirit kind of, oh, it's man. You know, the Lord is working, the Lord is killing. He's gonna come back and get us soon. Okay, so it kind of gets you in a space mentally where you just be like, man, whatever. It's all about the prophecies, man. Okay, that's our main focus, our main job. Focus on the prophecy, report on the prophecy. The Lord gonna take care of everything else. Just make sure you focusing on what's going on in the spirit. Okay, but this world is getting ready to go through it. The Lord is about to devastate this world, man. Okay, you got it, bro.
Con.
Too, we pretty much hit a lot of different. Maybe we could save some. Maybe we could do a part 2.
Con, yeah, we might have to just do a part 2.
Yeah, because we could always do these. You know, there's so much stuff happening. We can kind of just put this in our repertoire.
Con,
obviously with headlines and precepts, and then we go through it again.
Con,
you know.
Hey, God, I'm with it. I'm definitely with it, brother. But yeah, this was definitely fun. Another different style, man. I would definitely look forward to doing this again with you, bro. You know, Lord willing, it was edifying to the brothers on the comment board, to the audience, man. You know, and hey, like the scriptures say, man. Matter of fact, I gotta get this precept, brother. If you don't mind. All right. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, man. Which Habakkuk 2 has been coming out a lot, man. You know, and you know, like I was saying earlier, man, the words in these scriptures, like, you know, we've always been able to read the precepts and bring it out with confidence and faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but we're living in a time where like the precepts are just hitting harder, like they even going even more hard, like the emphasis, the impact is much greater, and that links up with Wisdom of Solomon, where it tells you when men would not believe that the Lord is of a full strength, the Lord maketh his power known, and to those that know his power, he maketh their boldness manifest, man. Okay, so it's exciting to see these things go on. Of course, we still got to go through our afflictions and our trials, man, but this gives us a hope for a brighter day, man. Okay, Yahweh Shai said, when you begin to see these things come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh, man. So it's important to watch, man, and look at these things, the Lord's movie, play out in the earth, man. It's interesting, it's suspenseful. You got on the edge of your seat with your popcorn, you know. You know. Yep.
You know, you're watching.
That's right. But yeah, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1, it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Okay, so hey, we stand upon the watchtower, the proverbial watchtower, man. All right, like it was in the ancient world, you actually had men standing upon the watchtower, looking out of the city to see. All right, is there a storm coming? Is there an army coming? Is there an ambassador coming? You know what I'm saying? What's going on in the earth? You have watchmen that look to see the moon, the cycles of the moon. Is it the seventh day? You know, is it the new moon? So on and so forth, man. All right, so that we could see, all right, based off of these signs, what the Lord is communicating to us, all right, via these signs, man. All right, because even the disciples asked, what shall be the signs of thy coming and of the end of this age? Okay, verse 2, it says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it, man. All right, and so that's why we have the Bible. We have the Bible written on tables of paper, man. Okay, all right, and we make it plain. We break it down the best we can, make it easy to understand that he may run that readeth it, so that people can hear the message and turn to the Lord, you know, the elect of the nation of Israel, man. And we see these prophecies and we go on, you know, we put up videos. People want to make fun of the videos. Are you always putting up videos, this and that? Well, hey, the scriptures say that he may run that readeth it. We're doing the job of a postman, okay, of a mailman. We getting the report, we getting the data, man. All right, and we going out there. We of course measuring the time diligently in itself according to the Bible, and we bring it out. All right, hey, this is what's going on in the earth. This is what's happening. Prepare yourselves for the return of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, all right. Verse 3, it says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time." So there's a vision. The Lord gave us the vision, but it's for an appointed time. So the vision is going to play out in real time. Okay, all right. It says, "But at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry," man. All right, so these things are happening fast, man. Things are going down fast, man. I mean, I still had other headlines about war, rumors of war, CHIP, but hey, it will be here forever.
Yeah, it will be here to next week.
Exactly.
You know.
God. So hey, man, we here, man. You know, hey, brothers, keep your heads up. We got to keep our head up. We got to keep praying. All right, we got to continue to show charity, have faith, continue to do the work, man. The Lord, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, he is putting the ball in our court, man. All right, we in the best position ever. Trust and believe, you know, and we just got to keep fighting, keep pushing, keep doing the work, keep reading, you know, keep, you know, watching. And hey, the Lord coming back soon, man. You know, call Allah like Yahweh Shema Shai.
Oh, Yahweh Shema Shai. You got
Khan. So you want to close out, bro?
Oh yeah, I close it. You know, so yeah, brothers, like what the brother said, Lord willing, that was edifying. The water for you brothers, you know, posting your precepts and coming in and, you know, getting some of this good old rivers of living water, man. You know, sometimes we want to give all praises, all glory, and honor to
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakadash.
All right, double honors once more to the apostles and elders of GMS. Peace, love, many blessings to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, brother, that was